Hi everyone, I wanted to walk you through exactly what you're going to get inside the Etsy Kickstarter package, and I also added 2 new bonuses, and I'm getting a lot of the same questions, so I want to make sure I give you all the information you need so that you feel good about purchasing the Etsy Kickstarter and knowing whether or not it's for you. So first, let's just go ahead and start with a little tour. So first, I'm sure you all saw the landing page where it walks you through everything you're going to get. So I'm going to walk you through everything that's included in the Kickstarter package, all 6 items, as well as all of the bonuses, and show you some of these new ones that I just added. So let's start with the first one, which is the planner itself. So this is what you can sell, and again, it's a digital download PDF, so you don't even have to open Adobe InDesign. I know that was a big question. You don't have to know anything at all. So when you go to open this file, and I'm at the end, it's all done for you. So this is your 2019 planner. It has 70 pages in it. You get both the entire 2019 and 2020 year at a glance, and then you also get the entire monthly layout. So you get January, February, March, April, etc. You get the whole year. And then on top of that, you are going to then get a weekly 2-page spread. So you are going to get the week of December 31st, followed by the week of January 1st, or no, January 7th, etc. So these sort of do a rinse and repeat. It's that really pretty ultraviolet purple mix. And then at the very, very end, you are going to get a little prompt reminding your users to order the 2020 from you. And so this time next year, I will be releasing the 2020 for everybody who has purchased the Kickstarter, and it will have these new pink and hot pink sort of fuchsia colors for next year, and then a little back page for the rest of your planner. Now, the second part of this is, let's say you want to make some changes. Maybe those aren't the colors you want, or you want to use some different fonts. I've provided the source file for you if you want to edit it. And again, this is only an option if you want to. If you don't, you can just sell that PDF as is. So if we open up Adobe InDesign, you're going to see the entire planner we just saw, but this now is in an editable format. So if you want to change this and you don't want to call it the perfect planner, you can call it the fabulous planner. Or maybe you can, let me make that a little bigger, maybe you want to change the font. So maybe think pink isn't really your thing, and maybe this is more like a fun military one. And so you want to make it look like this, or you want to change the colors. You can easily go over here. It's really, really easy to edit. And, I have the free InDesign 101 course. Again, you can edit all of this stuff to your fonts, your colors. You can add stuff. You can add pages. All of this is completely customizable. You get the source files. And when I say files, like multiple, the reason I say multiple is because sometimes people have the older version of Adobe InDesign. So I've included both the INDD file and the IDML for you. And the third thing is you're going to get all the fonts. So let me rephrase that. You won't get the actual fonts because I'm not a font reseller, but you'll get all of the fonts that I use in the file. There's about 7 or 8, as well as links on where to purchase them. And then the fourth thing you're going to get are the JPEGs. And if you purchase any of my products or my templates, I always include the JPEGs because 2 things. One, you can create your own mock-ups. So kind of like I've made this mock-up, you can make your own. And actually this mock-up you do get as a download. But if you go over to a service like Placeit, you can go ahead and take those images and it will just sort of place it into these mock-ups for you. You don't need to know any design at all. This is super, super easy. The second thing you can do with those JPEGs is you could go over to Canva, and bear with me, I'm not a big Canva user, but let's pretend we want to make our own ebook. And over here, I could upload one of those JPEGs, which I did. I can show you really easy. You can just drag and drop those JPEGs over here into Canva. And then once it's uploaded, you can drag it onto your page and then resize it. I know this isn't the right size. I think you can just hit the resize button and it'll resize for you. But let's say for this particular layout, maybe I want to put some icons in there. So if I go to Elements, I think I can go over here to Icons inside of Canva, and I can put something fun in there, like maybe a ruler. This is obviously huge, but maybe I just think it's cute or fun. And then I can change that color to a pink, again, to match my branding. And if you don't know graphic design, this might be an easy way for you to just stick a couple things in there and sort of help to, I don't know, to help to spruce up your planner without really having to know a lot of graphic design. Okay, so that's the reason I give you all of the JPEGs. The other thing is you're going to get a graphics pack. Now this is totally separate. So your graphics pack is going to include all of these graphics. And I added a 16th one today. I added the one for your Etsy shop for your listing. That's just not listed yet. But inside of here, you're going to get the Etsy big banner. Let me see if I can find that. Right here. And then the second one is, this is your Etsy listing that you're going to get. You're going to get Facebook cover art. And again, all of this has been perfectly sized for you. I believe Canva does that as well if you want to use any of the images or the logos. I have a Facebook post for you. I have some Instagram quotes for you. There's 3 different ones. And then I have your Twitter header over here, again, perfectly sized. I have a Pinterest pin that you can add right away. I have the logo. Now this is transparent. That's why the background looks gray, so you could overlay it on top of anything. And then I also have one with just the standard white background as well. I have another version of the logo, a wider one. And then I have just the 2019 year with that logo of circles. I have that mock-up that we mentioned before. I have a mock-up of the interior. And again, you can recreate these on your own inside of Place It. Some pink dots for next year if you want to start advertising 2020. And you get an entire mood board. I don't know what that is. You're going to get, all of the main font information and some patterns and just some information for ideas, as well as 3 different logo variations. Over here, I think I already showed you that, the Etsy listing primary photo. Yeah, we saw that. All right, so that's everything in your social media graphics, and then your mood board, which I also just showed you. Now, the important thing about number 6 is your branding guide. I gave you the logo as a Photoshop file. So again, you don't have to, but if you'd like to make changes to that logo so you can reuse it, you can. Let me go over to here. So this is actually the logo. So over here, you can see that if you're familiar with Photoshop, or even if you're not, it's pretty easy to use. So if I wanted to, I've labeled this the circle. So there's a little eye here. So if I don't want to see the circle, I can just take it out. If I want to change this like before, I can use the type tool, and I can call this something easy, what I say, the Fabulous Planner. Or I can name it whatever I want. And again, I can also just go ahead and change that font as well. So maybe I want to make it something different. You can change this however you want. And again, I could change the color, and maybe I want to make it blue. So you can make these changes, and then you can go ahead and rebrand this planner however you would like now that you have the source file. So I hope that's a huge plus too. Now, those are just the main parts of the Etsy Kickstarter. I've also included 6 different bonuses. Now, originally this was 3 in the email that went out yesterday, but I have added 3 more. So the first one is the Etsy Launch Guide Checklist, which is pretty self-explanatory. Let me just find that. So you're going to get an entire checklist with just all the items I think you need to get started. And then after that, you are going to get 50 blog post ideas, because that is honestly one of the best ways for you to come up with SEO. And same thing, these blog post ideas, you're just going to get a long list of tons of things that are specific to planners. And then the third one is the Etsy SEO Mastery. So specific just for planners. We're going to talk about that on Saturday. And if you can't make it or you're watching this afterwards, don't worry, the recording will be made available to you. And then these are 3 new bonuses I just added. So the fourth one is how to set up an Etsy shop. So in here, I just walk you through. It's really quick. It's 10 minutes. I walk you through exactly how to set up your shop, and also how to set up your first listing, which is our planner. So if that's a sticking point for you, this can walk you through that. The 5th bonus I just added was a tutorial on how to hook up Google Analytics in Etsy, because I realized during the Etsy SEO talk, I do talk about that. And this is really quick. I mean, this video is 3 minutes, and it's going to show you exactly how to hook the two up in case that is confusing or difficult for you. I try to make it as easy as possible. And then bonus number 6, and honestly, that has not been finalized yet. I just added that. Again, when I went through this Etsy shop setup, I realized it would be helpful for you to have some autoresponders for your customers when they purchase, a thank you to them. So I put together 10 of my favorite message responses, or the ones I think you'll really get the most use out of, and I'm going to finalize that. Just want to proofread it, and then that will go up very soon, possibly on Sunday, but the latest next week. So those are the 6 bonuses you get. And if you're wondering what it looks like inside the actual course, inside the Thinkific platform over here, you have a welcome and orientation, and inside here you have a welcome video. This you can just start playing. So over here, you're going to get your welcome sort of text, how to access all of your materials, and I put some quick links in here. And then also, you're going to see all of your downloads that you saw from the original list over here. So they are numbered over here, so you know exactly what I'm referring to. Same thing with the bonuses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like I mentioned, 6 will be added very soon. And then a small little what's next section. So let's go back. So now that we've done the tour, you've seen the 2 new bonuses. I had some FAQs I wanted to just jump through really quickly for you. And the first one is, what if I already own your other templates and courses? Because I do have a lot in there. So I think what the person is trying to ask is, are these different? Are these the same? These are totally, completely different. So even if you own my other templates, you won't have this one. This is something brand new. It could just add to your inventory of templates that you already have. Plus, if you have signed up for Planner Academy, which is my signature course, this is also a brand new template that is not inside of Planner Academy. So you're going to get something totally new. So in other words, if you bought this, don't feel bad like you had already purchased it. This is all new material, and I don't talk at all about Etsy, SEO, or anything else in my other courses. Next question, can this be used as a digital planner in GoodNotes? Yes, it can. So just like you saw, all those PDFs can be uploaded individually. You can put a master file together. You can add bookmarks so that it can be used in GoodNotes. Now, I will say this digital planner, if you want to make it interactive, where it has bookmarks where people can kind of jump around like links, you do need to add that. It does not come like that, but it is very easy to make those changes. And you could use this planner in GoodNotes or Notability or OneNote or any of those applications for the iPad Pro. And the last question is, do I need any programs or software to complete the planner? Absolutely not. The whole point of this Etsy Kickstarter was that you don't have to learn anything, right? You don't even have to learn Photoshop or Canva, because I've already made all of those all of those social media graphics and the banners all for you. So you don't need to do that at all. So just to recap, you're going to get everything that was listed. We just went through all of the 6 items as well as all of the 6 bonuses. And if you have more questions, I do have a pretty extensive section here on FAQs. What if I'm not a designer? What design programs do I need to know? Do I have to purchase any design programs? So there's more questions answered over here, as well as the most important on what happens after I purchase. So super excited about this product. It's the first time I've ever made anything like this. I really hope it's helpful. And like all of my products, as you know, I just added 2 more bonuses. I'm always adding things to try to add value to these. You know, I don't have a membership program, but I want you to feel like you should be able to come back and get new materials or new updates, just like you saw all of those planners from templates from last year in 2018 from my shop. I redid for 2019. So, you know, in theory, you only purchase it once and you kind of have lifetime access to future planners all the time. So all of these were updated. And again, I do sometimes raise my prices, but for the most part, you know, if as soon as you buy in at one price, you are grandfathered in. You never have to rebuy when the new dates come out, which I know a lot of people do. And you don't have to do that. I just want you to feel like I bought this planner. I feel good about it. And next year when she comes out with, when the year changes, she's going to come out with the new dates for me. So if you have any other questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys on Saturday for the Etsy SEO.